in April, the end of April, April 26th, they're telling me a huge global flood, like Noah's Ark level flood. The earthquakes are in March, including Vancouver. I think it's March 14th. Lisbon, March 6th. So that's a good one for people who are not in Lisbon, because it's earlier, to use as a like, if that happens, and she said it was going to happen, maybe we should listen.
Start throwing out real dates. If it doesn't happen, then everyone will think you're a fraud.
Yes.
The Kid Carson Show is taped at Mindful Med Studio inside Conscious Lab, downtown Vancouver, Canada. All right, Nissa Rose is in the building.
Nissa.
Oh, Nissa.
Yeah.
Well, we're off to a great start, aren't we? Oh, there we go. Okay. Nissa.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing a thing where she's holding a chain and it's...
I'm holding a pendulum.
A pendulum?
Yeah.
Are you casting a spell on me or what's happening here?
No, it's just so that in case I don't want my ego to get in the way. So this is my guides. And so whenever I speak, I want to make sure that it's aligned with what they want me to say versus what my ego wants to say.
And so what does that pendulum thing do?
It just tells me like they're saying yes. Like this is a yes, like a
It's doing like for people who aren't watching this, it's a
clockwise. Yeah, spinning. And you see it's spinning big. Now when I first started, because it's an extension of your energy, right? And so basically your guides are communicating through your energetic field and it's coming out here so that they can communicate. So they communicate in my head, but sometimes I need like a visual like this just to confirm it's not spiritual ego versus like actual divine guidance.
Right.
Because your ego gets very sneaky when you start having your awakening, because it's like, I don't want to be made like, redundant or like, so I'm going to like pretend I'm guidance. So then it's like a little voice in your head. And now you're like, wait, now there's two voices in my head. Which one's the divine?
Well, I've got four, so I got you beat. I should be doing this with a twirly thing. Well, no, good point. It's funny because I always just thought when people, because I've seen this in the movies and stuff where people hold a chain and watch to see if it, like they used to do it over the womb of a mother and to figure out if it's a boy or girl, like if it spins this way.
It's very practical. You can use it for products. It will tell you this product, not eat this, use this product, whatever. Like it's very practical.
Well, I always thought it was BS because I thought, well, you're just moving it with your fingers.
No.
Like, okay, we're going to spin it around. But then I interviewed someone recently who was talking about those, are they called dowsing rods?
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I just, we're like, you're almost holding these coat hanger things.
Yeah.
And they touch each other or they move towards each other. Or they repel.
Exactly.
And I thought, well, you're just tilting the angle of your hand. But this person explained how they worked.
Yeah.
And once they explained that, okay, it's your body is reacting to an energy that is then, and the rods are then moving to show. Right. So the same thing with this.
We're holding it very lightly and letting the energy move it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I just learned that like a week ago. And I'm like, okay, one more thing that's not BS, one more thing that's real.
Exactly.
And then you come up with this thing. That's the same idea, right?
Synchronicity, yeah. That's the universe telling you, they were preparing you for this.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, you've got these guides. I always think to myself, well, who are the guides? Like, how can you trust the guides aren't some demons that are giving you some bad information? You know what I mean? So I get weirded out by, and I'm someone who was, I wouldn't say addicted, but I felt almost dependent on a psychic for about a year. And then I go, okay, well, it's the first time I ever really believed it's true because she was telling me stuff that was like, you would never know. But also I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, okay, how do I know that I was getting good information?
Right.
Like maybe there was some entity out there who's trying to steer me away from like the path that I'm on that's bringing light to the world. And they're like, oh, we better get this guy off track because he's doing too much good. So we're going to mess him up a little bit and feed. So how do you respond to that when you're talking about guides and stuff for people who are critics of that sort of thing?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I've got so many good questions. We've only started.
You're very intuitive. Like this is what I wanted to talk about anyway.
Okay, good.
Or what they wanted me to talk about. So,
hey, it's Kid. First of all, I'm so grateful you're here listening to this episode. I'd love to be able to share announcements with you, events, things coming up. Please join my email list from kidcarson.com.
Just to back up, my spiritual awakening, like really starting to like open into what my superpowers were and my sensitivities were, was in 2020. And I started playing with energy and learning energy healing methods and stuff. And then because it was in the middle of the pandemic, right? And then the beginning of 2021, I was like, enough of this. When they were going to go into a second lockdown, I was like, enough of this. I'm going to Mexico.
Good call.
And
that was my fantasy.
And guess what? Ayahuasca was the next thing that came in for me. Oh, let's do an ayahuasca ceremony in Mexico in the middle of the pandemic. Why not? In the second lockdown. And that's when I was asking for guidance on whether I'm meant to help others with this. It's not just me. And they led me, it was a resounding yes. And then I just started paying attention. Like, what course do you want me to take? Like, what do I need to learn? And a course popped up, an Akashic Records course that taught me how to use my pendulum, my very first pendulum. And in that course, you can find out like who your guides actually are, like what their personalities are, because they're just like us, but they've decided they're going to be on the other side and just kind of like, be our cheerleading squad, right? Our coaching team. It's just a choice of like, do they want to experience it this way from that side, coaching one of us that are embodied, or do they want to be here experiencing it and having someone coach them? That's the difference. That's the choice, the different choices that are being made.
Yeah, it's funny that we only see we can only see the visible light field that is this tiny little and we think that's all of reality, but really there's this field of energy.
We have so much support.
Yeah.
There's so many of them watching out for us all the time. Yeah.
So when you were first...
So I wasn't visual, right? I could sense and I used the pendulum. But then last year, and this is the reason why I'm here now, is last year, I started getting the sense that they wanted to meet me like visually. And so when they did do that, like when I had my first like encounter with them, they were aliens.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I could see them. I could see the green, blue skin and the 3 fingers with the bulbs at the end and like, big eyes, bald head, skinny. That was one of them, but there were 6 different species now that I've seen in my meditations. I don't really call it meditation because you're just literally closing your eyes, stepping into another dimension. And then they're there. And it's like, just like with radio, you're like tuning into the frequency. They could literally be here right now, and they are here right now, in another dimension, but we can't see it because our eyes are not attuned to that dimension.
So they're aliens.
Yes.
But
the Galactic Federation of Light, specifically. Have you heard of that?
I have heard, I've seen like clips on Instagram.
Yeah.
Of like, stuff like that before.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so not demons.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. And I have proof in the sense of every day they're giving me guidance. Every week I'm going to different, mission that they are putting me on. So I have seen and experienced that everything that they've had me do has been for the highest and greatest good of me and everyone else involved. It's only been loving. It's only been magical, miraculous. Like my life has become even more magical since since I've seen them. And because before it used to be, every major decision I would check the pendulum, I would check them for guidance. But since last summer, once they appeared, it was like, every day, what do you want me to do? Because I know that my ego can get in the way. All of our egos get in the way. What does my highest self want for me? What is the mission that my highest self already signed up for that I just can't remember? So once I gave that permission, everything else changed. And it's incredible now, the life that I'm living.
Wow. It's wild stuff. You must have been freaked out at first.
No, because they had been prepping me a year before that.
Yeah, but the first time you see the alien.
Oh,
Are you freaked out?
No, because I loved superhero movies. Ever since, I guess I've already, my soul already felt it. Because actually, my soul is a highly evolved alien soul that's in a human avatar. Why do you think the movie Avatar was such a big hit? On a deeper level, all of us can relate to that. But why did they make themselves appear? And this is really the urgent message that I need to share. Is that okay if I just jump to that?
Yeah, jump in.
Okay, I knew that when they made themselves, showed themselves that there's something urgent here. And I don't know if you've heard the term New Earth.
Yes.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yes.
And Dolores Cannon's work? Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, she was a channeler, right?
So she was actually a hypnotherapist.
Okay.
And she did 40 years of work of putting people under hypnosis. And at first it was just like to get to kind of like past life regression, like getting to what happened in a past life that is affecting them now in this lifetime. But then she started getting, like, they would start saying things about like their alien lifetimes, their alien experiences. And then they started giving more information about like what's really happening, you know, how the earth was really set up, how humanity was set up. Like the aliens are actually our guardians. They're our keepers. They actually have helped us throughout history. Like every time that like the Egyptians or the Romans or whatever talk about gods, they were the aliens that were their gods. That they thought were gods.
I've been down every rabbit hole you can imagine.
I'm sure.
And yeah, that's what's one that I've explored.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the different gods that they mentioned or worshipped were actually aliens.
Yeah, coming in to bring in a different technology or to move humanity up a certain, you know, up the ladder a little bit, like evolve a little bit. It was just luck. It wasn't.
Yeah. And do you think that they are aliens that have come from a faraway physical space, or do you think it's like they're just hop, skip, and a jump in another dimension? Like how do you?
So what happened was, and this is all Dolores Cannon stuff, right? After World War II, the rest of the Galactic Federation of Light and galaxies were like, holy crap, these humans are going to blow themselves up. Right? Their level of consciousness is not high enough to handle this level of technology. Like nuclear technology was also supposed to be a good thing. It was supposed to be used for good, not for war, destruction and war.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
So then they asked for volunteers. They went throughout the whole galaxies, all the multiverses, whatever, and said, hey, who wants to, we really need help. We have a call here. Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to come? We have to forget everything. If you volunteer for this mission, you would have to come through the veil, because this is the rule on Earth is that it's free will, but you forget everything. You forget that you're connected to divine source, to God, to everyone and everything. And then you kind of have to like figure your way back with your heart, right? They thought, oh, it'll be easy. We have our heart as our compass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, when you come and show up and your memory's wiped, then
exactly.
not so easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they
before you mentioned the term God.
Yes.
Where does God fit in with the aliens?
Okay, so divine, it's just another term. So I throw that in because some people want to say God. The aliens, so God is more of a human terminology. The aliens will say divine source or prime creator, but it's all the same.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious.
All roads lead back to source, God.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's
okay.
just
as you were. I cut you off there. I didn't want to forget that question.
No, it's good.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah. So a bunch of us volunteered. Like they had wave after wave after wave of volunteers. So like that first wave after World War II would probably be, they're probably in their senior citizens now. And then wave after wave came after that because they realized, oh yeah, this is how we can help. Because we'll come in with more, we're the ones that are like, this world doesn't make sense. Why would you want to hurt anyone? Why would you want to hurt animals or children or do anything bad, right? Like, we're the ones that also don't fit in. We don't want to like be in an office. Like the nomads are very, very common. Most nomads are starseeds. That's the term, starseeds, for alien souls that are like from other planets that volunteered to come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Kid. If you're serious about getting known before AI makes personal branding almost impossible, you're going to love this. Step into a premium interview experience with Kid Carson, that's me, and collapse time on your growth. We're going to tap into my network, skyrocket your exposure, and help the world fall in love with you. I really do pride myself on making you shine. That was always my favorite part of my radio days, having a new author in or having a local business owner in and just making them shine. I love getting the big names in here too, don't get me wrong. Joe Dispenza, 50 Cent, Eckhart Tolle. I got to interview Chip Wilson. That's amazing. But I'm also really obsessed with talking to the up-and-comers who know they have a powerful message for the world. So if that's you, go to kidcarson.com/promo. If your message can help this amazing community who listens to this podcast, then, this might just be a great fit. So hope to see you soon. Find the link to find out more in the show notes. And now back to the episode. And okay, so like World War II, for example.
Yes.
One rabbit hole I went down one time.
Yes.
Was that maybe the Nazis were helped by some kind of force. Have you heard that one? Like, okay, if there's aliens that are helping people do good.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
There's got to be aliens forces that are encouraging evil.
Just like there are
right?
Just aliens are just like humans, right? Or humans are just like aliens. There are ones that went down.
It's like the celebrities thing, like in Us Weekly. Celebrities are just like us, and they're like with a double chin, like, with groceries. The aliens, they're just like us. Right?
They are. No, they.
So there's good and bad.
Yeah, right? and plenty of these stories of like the Egyptian times or whatever, when they were supposed to come in and help us, they started going, oh, they're thinking we're gods. This kind of feels good. We're just gonna keep the power. We're actually not gonna share it with them after all. So some shared it like the way they were supposed to follow their mission, and some went rogue, just like a human would, right? A human who could. Ooh, power feels good, right? Some go that way, and then the other go the other way. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Great question.
I was chatting with someone who described these aliens as fallen angels. Is that it?
Oh, the ones that went rogue, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that went rogue. Yeah, exactly.
Well, this particular person I interviewed was saying that
all of them?
All the aliens are fallen angels.
No. There are definitely... the ones I deal with are very loving. So it also depends on your own, what you attract, okay? 100% accountability. This is another strong belief system. 100% accountability for everything that happens in our life that we experience. 100%. Everything. Like, there are no victims. We don't realize it. Our highest self wanted a lesson, and some of the lessons, some of the most high lessons are very difficult, like being, sexually assaulted, molested as a child. Like, those are really tough lessons to be able to come out of that and be loving and forgiving and unity consciousness out of that.
When we were coming into the booth, you asked me a question and you said, have you heard of, what was it called? A grid keeper.
Yes,
a grid keeper.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, but let's talk about it in the booth.
Yes.
So what is a grid keeper? And you said there was another phrase called grid worker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What are those things and what's the difference?
Okay. So there's a healing grid, energetic healing grid around Earth, around the planet. And what it's supposed to help do is clear all of this. They say everything's energy, right? So even all of our negative thoughts, every time we think about fear, anger, blame, shame, any guilt, all that is going up into the field unless we somehow clear it. And so the healing grid is there to help clear that. Us volunteers or starseeds are also, when we consciously connect with that grid, we help clear more. And this is what has helped prolong and helped avoid, so the climate change, for example, and all that, the real reason is because of all this negativity that's out in the field, right? And so the more, because whenever they send me somewhere, all of a sudden, sun starts shining, after a few days of me doing clearing, the sun starts shining. So even when I was in the UK a couple of weeks ago, and they're like, this is typical for January in the UK, like gray and very, grim and depressing. And in that week, we had 2 sunny days, and they're like, this is unheard of.
Because you guys were in there doing your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And there was a guy I saw online years ago who would show up somewhere with this giant crystal, maybe I don't know, 2 feet long.
Oh, wow.
And he point it up at the sky and do some kind of intentional work, and a thunderstorm would stop.
Yeah.
Or, do you know what I'm saying?
The crystals amplify our energy.
Right.
Yeah. So they work as an amplifier. So
this guy was just flying around the world, going into fields and point like He-Man.
Yeah.
It's funny, there's just new He-Man movies coming out in a couple months. And you'd stand there and you'd go, by the power of whatever. And like the clouds would, and they had videos of it.
Yeah.
And this is before AI. This is like maybe 10 years ago. And I'm like,
wow.
But it always stuck with me. I'm like, wow, that's wild. That we can go in there with our energy. And because I guess that's the type of clearing he's doing.
We're way more powerful than we realize, especially all of us Starseeds, all the light workers, all the ones who are like trying to help other people, trying to spread the word. You know, even if it doesn't matter what their profession is, even if like, even as a, you know, a waiter or something, but they're like just emitting joy and they're loving their job and they're, you know, interacting with people. If they just can be in love and just be a light, that's all we need to actually do is just emit light and love. We help heal our ancestors. That's the key thing. We actually chose the families that we came into to help heal our ancestors.
That's going to be hard for some of us to believe. Okay, come on. But I believe you.
We purposely picked like the most effed up.
Yeah. Like, really? Really? No, I believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I heard a stat a couple times from people that said something like if 8% of the population, you know, somewhere around there, a pretty small, you know, percentage-wise, if the population were all doing what you're doing, what you're describing is
very small percentage.
Emanating love.
Yes.
That it would ascend us humans, you know, spiritual beings having a human experience to like 5D or something, or the next level. What does that mean?
I love it that you brought that up because that's exactly what they wanted me to talk about. Okay, so...
And then we're going to get back to who they are.
Oh,
okay?
right.
You know what I mean?
Galactic Federation of Light.
Are they in the room with us right now?
Yes. They're...
Kind of?
Yeah.
They're in your field, but not
they're
mine.
in a dimension.
Kind of...
different dimension.
Okay.
Because they're not...
Are they sitting right beside you? Are they hovering above you? Can I look at them? Like, what's... Never mind.
They're laughing.
Never mind.
They're laughing.
They're around. Okay.
They're around, yeah.
Okay. So they wanted to mention this idea of ascending as humanity.
Yes. This is why they revealed themselves, because it was like time to get serious, not just like asking for guidance for like major life decisions, but for like, let's do the mission. Let's surrender completely to your mission. And that meant every week now they send me to a different place, a different retreat, finding other starseeds, reminding people of their mission, because the new earth is coming. This 5D is unity consciousness. It's Christ consciousness for some people who want to term it that way, but it's this oneness. This is what earth was supposed to be originally, what they originally intended it before all the fear came in. It was supposed to be heaven embodied on earth. It was supposed to be no suffering, we could just experience things in the third dimension. So imagine, all these souls and these energies, these consciousness, they wanted to experience like having ice cream, or whatever, all the fun. Exactly.
Who doesn't want like a, honeycomb at Rain or Shine? It's a local place here. Yeah. If I couldn't try honeycomb ice cream from Rain or Shine, what's the point of living? Yeah. What's the point of being a human being?
Originally, it was just supposed to be like, a vacation spot. They can come here and they experience things. But then, some of the ones like we were talking about, the rogue ones that were like, let's take advantage of this. There's free will. They don't remember they're connected. Let's like harvest their fear and their whatever. And like we gain the power. And then lo and behold, why do you think there's only, a handful of families that control the whole world?
Yes, of course.
Exactly.
Yep.
So this old model is not working anymore. This is why we need a new earth. And this is what they're telling me as of last summer. This summer is that shift. So we have
this summer coming up?
Yep.
Oh, that's
2026.
Fun. That's fun.
Yeah. This is why this is so timely.
Yeah.
And but it's a frequency match, right? There's no judgment, but you need to match that frequency. You need to be in unity consciousness. You need to be in oneness, in love. You cannot, like, a lot of us have gotten distracted. A lot of us are helping other people, which is great, but then we forgot to put on our own oxygen mask. And so we haven't cleaned up our own stuff to be completely aligned. And they've been telling me that analogy of like, okay, all the chaos that's going on right now, the turbulence in the world right now, oxygen masks are down. I noticed a little bit of it. Yeah. A little bit, a little bit. Oxygen masks are down, guys. All of us, remind all of us, the light workers, the starseeds, the volunteers, put your own oxygen mask on first and before you help others.
Yeah, because I guess that's done by design, right? It's a big distraction.
Exactly.
To help us, as you put it, drop our oxygen mask.
Exactly.
Be in a loop of fear.
In fear, distraction.
Survival mode.
Like, look at how they're, like, these Epstein things that are being leaked, like, little drop by drop, so we can continue to stay in anger, be triggered, you know. Mm-hmm. And then it's harder to stay in love when you've got, like, spiritual gurus who are like...
like Chopra?
Yeah.
That was a big one, hey?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to even say out loud. Mm-hmm. I can even notice your body language.
Yeah, I don't even want to say it.
It's
no, because the whole thing, because it's even more difficult to heal spiritual ego than it is just regular ego. Mm. So, and then that hits home for all of us that have been on the journey and doing the work. And then we're like, what? Even him? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I would assume, more difficult for people now to be trusting.
Exactly.
Of people, because we're all sort of looking for that person who's a little bit ahead of us, who's a leader that can reach back and sort of, hey, let me show you how to get to the next step.
Exactly.
It's going to be harder for people to even trust.
I know. And that's why I'm like, the timing is like, they release that perfectly, right? Like the rogue ones that don't want to go to this new earth.
So you think maybe the release of some of the files?
Oh, I think it's very intentional.
Very intentional, yeah. Yes. It's not like just getting exposed and leaked and the system's not crumbling. It's like, no, this is a good time to drop in total fear and chaos, or throw gasoline on the fear, like, because we're supposed to wake up in this summer. Look at
even how 2026 started off. It was like, oh, it was nice and quiet during the Christmas. I felt like that was the most rest that I had ever gotten, and not as much grid work or keeping that I needed to do. And then all of a sudden, boom, bombing. Like,
oh, that's right. I remember the first week of January, people were like, here we go. Back in.
He couldn't even give us a week. Like,
that's
a week into January. All
that's
completely
crazy.
Timed. Everything's being...
All right, I got to give myself a new nicotine patch here. I gotta, for this, normally one gets me through a full interview, but I know. I don't know. I'm not even a smoker. I just got on these things. But it's very gross for me to like pull it out of my mouth in front of someone. So I'm going to,
Okay.
I might cut this part out. Who knows?
Okay, probably.
Don't look at me. I'm hideous, as Kramer would say. Don't look at me.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're good for your cognition, actually. Nicotine's... Oh, nicotine. No, trust me. I went down the rabbit hole. Good. Look, you're staring right at me while I shove it in my lip. Horrible. But it's just
no judgment.
It's just another thing to be addicted to. And we're back.
We're back.
Nothing happened. Okay, so where do we continue from here?
Oh, the new earth.
The new earth. Okay,
yeah.
What does that actually look like? When people say the new earth, is it just an attitude shift? Is it a physical change? How would you describe it?
Okay, a little bit of all of the above. Okay. So Earth herself has consciousness, and us coming in, or all of the, starseed souls coming in, was helping to raise her consciousness as well. And now that she's reached 5D, it's a matter of us needing to be in alignment. So physically, there are changes that can come in if we are in alignment. So like if we are in, if we're in suffering, pain, all that stuff, they can't come in. So that, for example, DNA strands, they can multiply and expand from the 2 strand to, I think, up to 13 or 14. I don't know. I have to check Dolores Cannon stuff. But they can't anchor in. So they can come in energetic form. But it can't anchor into physical form if we're not in alignment. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. So...
Talk to me like I'm 4.
Okay. So everything's energy, and we are vibrating in a certain vibration. Every single person is vibrating in a certain vibration. The new Earth is at 5D. That's the frequency, 5th dimensional, right? And that's the unity consciousness. That is like complete belief and embodiment of we are all one.
Okay, so when we say 5D, it's labeling a particular frequency.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 5th dimension. So like 3D is this like density, right? And 5D is like unity consciousness. It's like knowing that we're all one.
Right. Okay. I mean, I have taken one DMT trip.
Yeah.
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
That opened me up to like understanding different dimensions.
And you felt like you were one with everything, right?
Oh man. Well, it was terrifying because I thought I died, but that's another whole story. That's another whole total ego death.
Yeah, that's a whole.
I mean, if that wasn't ego death, If that wasn't ego death, I don't know what is.
Yes, you got a glimpse of it.
I got a glimpse. I got a little peek behind the curtain.
To be able to really embody that in third dimension, meaning your belief system, is that you can see past the fear.
Right.
When you're experiencing everything, you could see everything like a movie, even the conflicts, even like the worst thing you could possibly imagine, right? You can see it like a movie. Because you can see past the illusion. You know that we are these divine beings that are just playing a very realistic virtual reality.
Yes.
To teach ourselves lessons.
I'm down with that.
Yes.
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 We are. Yeah. This is like, and that's actually one of the conclusions I came to when I woke up from my DMT experience.
Yeah.
Was that, wow. Like when I was on the trip.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap. I was just ejected from the video game.
Yes.
Everyone that I know and love is still in the video game. Mm-hmm. And now they think I'm a drug junkie that just died.
Exactly.
But really, I've just stepped out of the video game. And I thought it was dead. I thought it was dying.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, I noticed that everything was because I guess when you're in that state, and I'm kind of making my own conclusions here, but like you're seeing with your third eye. Mm-hmm. So everything was like an 8K.
Yes.
Or 12K.
Yeah.
It was so real.
Right.
It was much realer than this. And when I woke up with sweaty armpits,
yes.
and my trip buddy who was there holding me in his arms, and he's perspiring going, I thought you were dead, dude. I have to go pee. I'll be right back. I'm like, well, no, don't let go of my hand. I'm just happy to be back as a human. I was thrown back in the video game and everything seemed like VHS.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, wow, where I just came from for that last how many minutes, this is the great play. Yeah. Like we're in a play, we're playing characters, we're in a video game, however you want to describe it.
Right.
So what you're saying definitely resonates with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are eternal. So there is no quote right or wrong. And our soul does still want to play this game to the next level, which is the new earth is the next level. It's like PhD level. Whereas like staying in this, stuck in like blame and anger and fear and all that can't move to the new earth. So it's going to be game over basically. And then those ones would have to reincarnate into a different planet that is the same vibration that they're at. That makes sense?
Say that last part again about reincarnating.
Yeah.
On
So if
planet,
everything's vibration, and if you're not a vibrational match to the new earth, then you have to, whatever your vibration is at, is the other planet that you're going to go to instead. So
you would say there's other planets out there.
There are a ton of other planets and other galaxies.
And so when you reincarnate, you would go to one of those planets where you're a match.
Because old Earth is no longer.
Is it a planet or a dimension? Or do you know, or you just figuring it out?
So being embodied like this is third dimensional. And then you can be on different planets in third dimensional, or it can be in planets that are in a different dimension. Does that make sense? So there's like the solid, like this kind of planets.
Yeah.
And then there are planets that are more like, in energy form.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Monroe Institute?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at the excitement on your face. Look at that.
You are so intuitively connected. Do you realize this?
Well, I love this stuff. I really do. And it's funny because, when we're having a discussion like this,
yes,
I get pulled in different directions.
Yes.
Because over time and I'm very open-minded.
Yeah.
About everything. I'm curious. And even if I disagree with someone, I'm curious about why they think. I want to learn, this is my chance to put myself in your shoes and figure out, okay, through your experience, how you perceive everything. And a lot I align with what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just a little bit of background of why, okay, something you just said made me go, okay, yeah, because I read one and a half of his books, the original Monroe. What's his first name? Bob Monroe?
Mm-hmm. Robert.
Robert,
yes. But he goes by, everybody calls him Bob.
Right. So, and he was, back in the day in the 50s, 60s, discovering remote viewing, thinking he was going crazy. I'm preaching to the choir here.
Yeah. My guide sent me to the Monroe Institute.
Interesting.
Only in October.
Oh, interesting.
So it was very recent because I had never heard of them before.
When you read his book, which is basically his diaries and him explaining his different out-of-body experiences, astral projecting and flying around, and he describes going to other realities where it's like, okay, he's somewhere else. Mm-hmm. They're still human.
Yes.
But the world is slightly different.
Yes.
Like one of them, I know this is a silly example, but one of the scenarios he describes is, wow, I'm here. The cars are different. The cars all fit 8 to 12 people and they're made of wood. Right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, this is obviously a different version of humanity.
Yes.
So when you describe, and I bring that up because you're describing, maybe you reincarnate to another planet, 3D planet that's in alignment with your vibration when you pass. Maybe that's another that's another planet he was maybe on.
There's so much, right? Like this is why Dolores Cannon called it the convoluted universe, because there's also parallel universes, and multiple timelines in the same universe. So it's like you could go
in
on
addition
and
to different planets?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's why she
did you learn all this since 2020? Because you were an accountant before.
Yeah,
so,
I was a financial forensic
How do you go from someone who is so
left brain, I know.
Yeah, like being an accountant to
Big
suddenly
Four accounting firm, I know.
Now you're like dimensions and planets and aliens and like how do you I think it's wild.
So I've always been interested in like superhero movies and like witch movies and vampires, anything supernatural. But I didn't think that I had it. Whatever it was, I didn't think I had the gift. And it was in 2020 that I listened to something that it was like a psychic medium on a YouTube talk or whatever in New York City who said, they want me to tell you, even though I've learned this since I was a kid, we all have it in us. You just need to go find it, or you need to want to find it. And that's what changed everything for me. It was like, what? I have this too? And then there's nothing that anyone could do to like stop me from trying to find what it was that I had after that.
Once you believe it's possible.
Yes. Exactly.
It's amazing what shows up with your intention. Guys, what's up? Love that you're in the podcast. I want to talk about mindful meds for a sec. It's what thousands of people are using to boost their mental health. It's mushrooms. Some of them have like a mild, psychedelic in there. Some of them don't. This isn't to get high. This is a micro dose. 2 blends I got to tell you about. Brainbow is what people are using instead of antidepressants. It uses saffron. Go down that rabbit hole. You'll be mind blown. And Social Spark, the blend I helped to create, is a replacement for alcohol. Super happy to partner with them. So go to kidcarson.com/mindfulmeds to learn more. So do you think that people like, let's say, someone like a Jesus was someone who was here to teach us this?
He was an alien. He was a highly evolved alien soul who then...
Jesus was an alien?
Yes, he was.
Huh.
Alien soul that came in under... in the human avatar. So he wasn't a human avatar, right? But what I'm saying, he's like one of us, the Starseeds, the ones who are like trying to make this world a better place.
Yeah. Well, there's a clip for Instagram. just here's the clip. Here's the clip. Jesus was an alien? Yeah.
Duh.
Like, that's wild. Yeah, that's going to make a lot of people feel a lot of different things.
Yeah,
But
I know.
The point is...
But the ones who are going to resonate with it, they're going to get what I call truth bumps. They're going to get goosebumps that are going to tell them, listen to her. This has happened over and over again. Huh. Some people burst into tears. Everybody's different. Like, everybody has a different way of resonating, but and it might come afterwards too. So you might have some visuals or some interesting dreams after this.
Does anyone ever just throw something at you?
No. I've had people cry though.
You're like, Jesus was an alien, and they take off a shoe and just throw it at you? Like,
yeah, but maybe this is probably why I haven't been so out in the public spotlight.
Yeah,
I've been in my own little spiritual communities.
It's tough. Yeah, I need bodyguards.
But can we go back to the Monroe Institute? Just wanted to add one little thing since you brought it up.
Yes.
Why they brought me to the Monroe Institute is to show that science is catching up, like the technology, right? Their sound tech is amazing. The same way that I got to imagine like a blissed out, full body bliss state from either plant medicine, breath work, meditation, I was able to do it with Monroe Sound Science. With their frequency. It's crazy to cut out 10 years of like spiritual work and just go straight to like the gamma bliss, like full body bliss.
It's wild. I looked into it. I think it's pretty expensive to buy, like $1,000 or $2,000 to buy.
Do a retreat, you mean?
Well, no, because you can buy.
Some of the things.
Audio.
I think they're changing that.
Yeah.
Like they have an Expand app where you can get free stuff, right? And then if you join any of the retreats, including virtual retreats, then you can have all the recordings. They just changed that.
So as someone who has been able to lock into frequencies and talk to the aliens, you experiencing this, the sound audio stuff that they give. Can you describe that to us? Like, so you're listening to it and it's frequency and stuff that kind of primes your brain to cross over, or how would you describe it?
It just, like people always complain that they can't meditate because they don't know how to just quiet down the thoughts, the 40,000 thoughts or whatever they're running through their head, right? Something with the magic of like Monroe sound science, where all the waves are at the frequency. I'm not a tech person, okay? I just know that it works. Like you listen to it and it just clears all that up. It's just like wipes it all clean. And then it's basically you're training your brain to get to that state faster and faster the more that you do that. So you can make a daily practice of it, do it like for a month or two, like. It's amazing. But I did it in one session. I was like, oh my God. But obviously I had been already clearing a lot of my own stuff. But to have to have a lot of newbies in the same course, it was a OBE, which is out of body experience. Complete newbies be able to reach that bliss state that normally takes years of meditation or years of energy healing. This should be like $1 trillion tech. Like, I don't know why they didn't go viral sooner.
Well, the governments are secretly using remote viewing. I have a buddy who's a remote viewer. His name's Greg, and that's how I learned about this stuff. Because once I chatted with him, I'm like, oh, this stuff's actually real.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about it.
You're quite connected. They're trying to tell you. Like,
I just worried that I'm going to be in there. They're going to be pumping the sound in my brain, and next thing you know, I'm MK Ultra to brainwashed, and I'm.
It's the closest to getting back to source. It's feeling like you're swimming in an ocean of love, and you realize, this is what they mean.
Yeah.
We're actually surrounded by love right now. We just can't see it.
Well, it would make sense why we are so heavily inundated with the negative. Like everywhere. Like with the news and the stories and like you can just tell, and the purposeful divide and conquer tactic that's happening in the world, where both sides think the other person's crazy. It's so obvious to all of us that they wouldn't be so heavy-handed with it.
Yes. If they were losing grip.
If they didn't know that, if we had a clear mind without this battle happening around in the chaos of the world,
exactly,
we would be all clear-minded.
Yes.
And we'd be able to ascend to this 5D we talk about.
Yeah.
Interesting. I got to get someone in here from the Monroe Institute.
Yes, you should. I have contacts with the CEO, one of the board members.
Hook it up.
Yes.
Hook it up, girl.
Okay.
Hook it up. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, that's wild.
Can I tell you about the stuff? Let me just check if they definitely want me to tell you about this. So the reason that my guides sent me to Vancouver, there's a strong spiritual community. Dr. Divi, I don't know if you've heard of her.
Yes, I've had her on the podcast. She's fantastic.
Amazing.
I love her.
They sent me directly to her program.
Sorry, while you're talking, right now you've got your little chain going.
Yeah.
So right now, as we speak, you're checking in with the dudes.
Yeah.
To see if
they want me to talk about this now, because it's going to be tough.
You're going to drop a truth bomb on us right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge.
So I just want to describe this for people who aren't watching.
So in order to make that shift, the old has to crumble. The old has to come down. This is why, anything that's any deception or whatever, it's eventually going to come out to, financial system's going to crumble. Mm-hmm. Natural disasters, or we call them natural disasters. But like I said,
created disasters
that we created,
humans,
with all of our negativity,
or the
including the ones who are trying to control everybody else, like all of that.
Yeah.
It's all out there, right? That's, like I was saying, if we are not able to clear that, I mean, we're constantly working to try to keep clearing this, but we can only delay it for so long. This model's not working, right? So we need a reset. So what does that mean for this third dimensional? Massive earthquakes, they're telling me, in March, next month. In April, the end of April 26th, they're telling me a huge global flood, like Noah's Ark level flood.
End of March?
No, that's April 26th. The earthquakes are in March, and there's multiple epicenters that are going to be over 7.0, including Vancouver. I'm just checking the date. For Vancouver, I think it's March 14th. Like the fact that I'm like saying all these dates and stuff, like I'm putting for me, what was big is because I'm based in Lisbon right now, March 6th. So that's a good one for people who are not in Lisbon because it's earlier, to use as a, like, if that happens, and she said it was going to happen, maybe we should listen about the other ones.
So March, yeah, because it's
hard for people to just go, okay, but I've been living this with them.
It's hard for you because when you start throwing out real dates.
Yeah. But they want me to share the dates.
If it doesn't happen, then everyone will think you're a fraud.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So I just have to.
Earthquake,
this
Lisbon.
This is the biggest thing I had to get over. It was like, okay, you guys, I just have to trust.
So Lisbon, March 6th.
Yeah. Lisbon, March 6th. Yeah.
So if there's an earthquake, then March 6th, Lisbon.
Yeah.
Then we have to jump back in this podcast and listen back and
listen to what they're telling me is Vancouver's March 14th. 14th.
So we'll have like a week to get our shit together.
Yeah, hopefully you get your stuff together before that.
Well, we're not going to believe it until there's an earthquake in Lisbon.
And then we go, but the biggest thing is, that's right. That's why they've been studying human behavior and beliefs and all that stuff forever. They know that we need proof. We need to see like multiple things that were predicted in advance. They know all of our this is why we came in. Like, they were collecting data from us Starseeds, collecting data of like, oh, this is how you motivate a human to do something, to change, to have. How many people said that they had their spiritual awakening during COVID?
Oh yeah, a ton, right? A ton, including yourself.
Yeah. So guess what the earthquakes and the big flood are going to do? Also,
wake up calls. So are these naturally occurring?
How do you define that? So like the 3D explanation for the earthquakes will be all these, people always talk about the solar flares, right? That's the 3D explanation for it, all the solar flares. But again, what I was trying to explain is that we've been creating in the environment like all these, all this negativity, and it has to go somewhere, right? If it's not cleared,
right.
So.
Yeah, because I guess the reason why I ask is it naturally occurring is because what we might describe as like the fallen angels or the evil ones, who are purposefully making natural disasters, hurricanes, floods, things like that, whether they're trying to push along.
They're trying to keep control, and because they're not willing to relinquish the control is why we need to get to this point of reset, because this is just like, it's like Atlantis all over again, if you know what happened in Atlantis. It's when technology is we are further along with technology than we are in our consciousness. And so then we end up using the technology for bad purposes, basically, or not aligned purposes. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Not resonant, not aligned with the divine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're, for whatever reason, power, whatever, greed, trying to keep control. And so that's why we need a reset, because this is not working. And we're going to blow ourselves up. So, and they can't. So it's actually not punishment. It's preservation. They're trying to preserve the 1% of us that are in alignment, that do get it, that do want to create a kinder future, a more loving future where there's no suffering, no pain, everyone's sovereign, everyone remembers everything, and they're, completely embodying their fullest potential, no money. It's going to be like Avatar. So this is why, no coincidence, the timing of like Avatar movie coming out. The latest one. They want us, that is what the new Earth can be. Like,
and do you think that that a movie like that would have been put out intentionally around this time?
So everything creatively is, if they're really connected, it's just being channeled.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about that, right? Authors, a lot of creatives talk about how they just got a download.
With Hollywood being so evil.
Some. Everything's.
Kind of feel like Hollywood has got this evil underbelly that everyone talks about. Do you think that maybe some of this information is being put out intentionally to plant seeds in our minds in some way? Like even the name Hollywood, holy wood, like the wood they used to make magic wands with and cast spells. Where although it's entertainment, it's a money making machine. It's also something to control the way we view the world. But there's also good, right? Like just like with anything, with everything, there's always the two sides, the polarity, right? Because think of, I mean, all these movies like The Matrix, they're all hinting at what I'm talking about, right? This virtual reality that we're in. Yeah. That's why they could fly within the Matrix, because they realize, just like there are people already that know how to levitate. Yeah, I've seen those. I've always wondered if that's real. Again, the definition of real, right? Like, it's just like the Matrix. It's like they're being able to fly in the when they're in the Matrix. Just like you were able to like step outside of virtual reality, video game, Matrix, whatever label you want to give to this hologram. Yeah. Yeah, you should go with video game. Yeah, okay. That's what it felt like. Right. Yeah. So but no, I do think we live in some kind of holographic light matrix. Absolutely. For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. But it feels very real, which it has to for us divine beings to believe it, right? Like we had to make it very convincing for ourselves. And it does matter in the sense of like the evolution of what the soul wants for itself, like the evolution of the soul to get to higher evolution. Like every soul eventually kind of wants to be like, divine source, like constantly gravitating that way. I'm curious to hear, and I know that you coach people and you help. Yes. Like we're talking real macro right now, but all of us individually. Yes. Need to we all need to level up, ground. Put our own oxygen mask on first. Right, and that's where you help a lot of people like that. Before we dive into that a little bit, I wanted to get your thoughts on super 100,000 foot macro view. Okay, macro now. Everything that's happening. Why are we even here? What's the goal? Like, what are we all trying to do here? We're trying to get everything to 5D, but why? Why even start the process of being in 3D to go to 5D? Okay, so to the very, very beginning. You can spin your chain if you need to. Yeah. That's a deep question. Yeah. She's I already know this. I already know it. Okay. I already know it. But I would just, if I had one of those, I would just be spinning it all the time. Like before I say anything to anyone, just like check my and it's actually chain. Very helpful for clients. Yeah. Like I actually do it in front of them like this so they can see that what I'm saying it really helps people. Yeah. If you go back to the very, very, very beginning, divine source itself, the prime creator, wanted to experience itself. It's everything and everything is it. So it can't really experience. How does it experience itself? It breaks off pieces of it, fractals of itself, which is us. We're all the souls. We're like different facets of the same big diamond. That's what it means that we are all one. We're just different facets of that same diamond, broken off to have an experience. And that experience gets recorded and like source experiences everything through each of us individually experiencing our experiences. That's a lot of experiencing. No, because I've heard the term, we are the universe experiencing itself. That's why there's no right or wrong. That's why even Hitler, this is why we can forgive everyone and everything who's even gone rogue, because it's just another experience. It's like, they say that the sweet ain't as sweet without the bitter. Or whatever that is. The polarity. You have to have the good. You have to have the evil to have the good. If there was no evil, we wouldn't even know what good is. Exactly. Right? So there needs to be... the whole spectrum of the There needs to be a Hitler guy. Yeah. So we can compare ourselves to that and go, wow, okay, that's... Right. Not where we want to be. Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah, right. Exactly. So you start out that way. And then the first, like if that was like the very first great central sun, right? Ball of sun of everyone and everything. And then we start breaking off. The first incarnation into third dimensional reality would be these aliens that are our keepers. And then these aliens, being creators themselves, they're not the ultimate prime creator, but they're still very high up creators. So then they created humans and other civilizations. And then they grow us like we're, like a garden for them or whatever. Like how we have farms. They'll come and check in. They'll get some assistance when we need it, give us some new technology. This is when, some of them went rogue and decided to be gods and all this stuff.
This is all in Dolores Cannon's like convoluted universe. The difference is they're telling me now is the new Earth this year. They predicted it like 20 years ago, but now they're telling me the timeline is it's now. It's this year, this summer, and these events are more specific. Like you won't get that in her books or anything. Although one of my friends who's also a client that I'm coaching, he has read all of the Nostradamus ones, the ones that she had conversations with Nostradamus. And he's saying he's showing me that there is some parallel to what they're telling me and what Nostradamus wrote a long time ago about the big great flood. Oh, even Bob Monroe, the CTO of Monroe Institute, when I told him about the great flood coming, he said, Bob, actually, he wrote that like he saw a big flood coming, and this is why he picked the Monroe, his home and Monroe Institute up high in the mountains. Like, that's not a coincidence. It happens to be like the over 300 meters where it needs to be in order to avoid like being flooded by this big, massive flood. So Bob Monroe already had this. I don't know how long ago that was, but did you remember reading any of that when you were reading his diary?
I think he's got 3 books.
Oh, okay. So maybe
book
it's
and a
one
half.
of them. But this is the thing, and then if you triangulate with that Nostradamus as well, and then this is why I'm like, okay, and not only this, because I am a grid keeper. All of last year, they would send me to places, and then the events would happen. They didn't tell me beforehand though, but I would see the events unfold and go, oh, that's why you sent me. I was in Thailand, but in one of the islands off the coast when that Myanmar massive earthquake happened last year in March. I was, they sent me to Azores, a couple days before the hurricane hit to like calm down that hurricane. Over and over again, like they'll send me, there was an all countrywide blackout in Lisbon, and I had already booked they told me already to book a flight the day after. So usually the day after, during and after these things happen is when you want to clear the most, right? Because you've got the most pain and suffering and whatever, anger at God probably. Like people tend to blame him for these things. So, there's a lot of grief, a lot of sadness, a lot of whatever, and that all needs to be cleared. And that's why I'm given specific dates, because they actually have to have me, like they already told me I need to go to Azores that weekend before, like the weekend of the big earthquake. Wow. So that I'm close enough, but I'm not in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And so back to this term, grid keeper.
Yeah.
You're moving around the world.
Yeah. So some of us are doing it not consciously, meaning like they have to, so when we're not completely surrendered to our mission, we're not listening in and asking for guidance and following it, then they have to like, kind of motivate us in different ways. Like all of a sudden you'll see, there's like a retreat I really want to go to, and that'll make you fly somewhere. Or like, nomads, digital nomads, like they love traveling anyway. So it'll be like, oh, there's a nomad cruise, digital nomad cruise. By the way, I'm going on a nomad cruise this week.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So a little plug there. I'm going to be doing Starseeds journeys on that, like Kundalini.
Is this your thing?
This is one of the things I do. I do like 15 different modalities.
Yeah. So you're hosting this, the Starseed.
Oh, I'm not. Well, this session, yes, but there are other speakers and other like facilitators. Okay. But yeah, Starseed journey. It's a fusion. Look, it could be anything because everything's just an illusion anyway, right? But it's a fusion of breath work and Kundalini transmission, which is all by the Galactic Federation of Light. That's why it's so incredible. That's why I don't do anything without their.
Yeah, and so you'll meet other Starseeds? Is that the idea?
Everywhere they send me, there are Starseeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a Starseed, wow. You realize, right?
How do you know? How do you know I'm a Starseed?
How could you not be? You know you're a Starseed. It resonates. They're telling me. Okay, let me tell.
Well, everyone likes a fancy title.
Hold on. I don't know. Is it Pleiadian or Mintakan? Pleiadian. I think Pleiadian. Have you heard that before?
I've heard that term.
Okay.
I've never had anyone tell me I'm a Pleiadian.
Okay, so when I say Pleiadian, that means, so the way I learned Akashic Records reading, remember I said we're the big, great central sun, the big divine ball of divine light first? The very, very first incarnation, the very first time we break off, like that's your origin soul group. So that's when you're the
like
most
your spiritual
pure.
Race?
That's exactly like you're yes, because you're the most pure then, right? Like you haven't created any karma, you haven't, been programmed or none of that. So you're completely pure directly. So where in third dimensional physical, what planet are you sent to when you first break off? That's your soul group of origination. And they're telling me for you it's Pleiades. And so that's actually my origin too. But then since then, we have probably lived on many other planets and in other civilizations, because as we evolve, we then go to other civilizations as well. But that one matters because it's like that's when you're your purest, and there are certain traits of those. So Pleiadians, since I understand them very well, usually charming, talkers, storytellers. We are a change for agent. An agent for change. We love to change. Like we love change.
Okay.
It's actually one of the few people, right, that like love embrace change actually. Love helping others change for the good, transform.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what was the other one you mentioned?
Oh, Mintakan. They're saying not that one. But those are those were the two that I was kind of like, so again, that's why I always do this, because I have to clarify, like, what am I hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is my ego, my spiritual ego trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
does it resonate with you though? So Starseeds, again, let me tell people, so in case other people are listening, they're like, how do I know that I'm a Starseed? All your life, like, you always felt a little bit different. You didn't quite fit in. It didn't make sense, like, why anyone would hurt animals or hurt kids or, like, whatever. You're constantly searching for, like, is this home? Is this home? Where do I go? Like, where do you fit in? This is why nomads are constantly traveling. You don't want to be in the box. You don't want to, you don't want to like work for anyone. You want freedom. Freedom is like the number one goal.
Right. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Always questioning things. Like, why is it done this way? Why does this have to be this way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even little things like, you go into an empty place and then all of a sudden you turn around, everyone's in there. It's your energy, our field is attracting people in. They don't even realize it. It's unconscious. They just walk by some place that you just went into and they're like, I think I want to go in there. And then the next thing you know, you turn around and you're like, place is loaded. And like the whole place is packed now. And it was empty when I came in.
That was just our sexiness, right?
That is our field.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is our energy.
Jeez.
That's why we just have to remember how powerful we are. Instead of like, oh, this place feels icky, go into the icky place, expand out and clear with your energy. We have that power. But instead, what people do is go like, oh, it feels icky, and they run out. They don't realize they can go in there and they can just spread their love out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And clear up that whole place. Bringing the light. We're bringing light.
No, you've given me a lot to think about. I'm going to go home and have a 10-hour nap. No, I can't. I have 2 sick kids at home. I'm going to go home and not nap, but think about all this. This is really interesting to think about.
You can practice. Use your energy. Just loving. Love is the most powerful force of all. If you just send loving energy from your hands to your children, you see what happens.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you work with individuals.
Yes.
Like high performers. Describe the type of person you work with.
Well, now it's very focused on Starseeds because we gave up the most. We risked the most to be here, right? And if we don't remember our mission, we don't remember who we are, then who's going to help lead us bridge into and anchor this new earth, right? So right now I'm focused on that.
Yeah.
On trying to get them back to alignment. And I'm kind of an architect too, because I'm helping people who already, because some of the people I've worked with and some people I've told one-on-one, they're already like, okay, where do I need to be? Guess what? I'm already supposed to be in Sedona. There's a retreat that week. Or I'm supposed to be in Colorado to visit my family. Those are all places that are already going to have Starseed villages. So I'm keeping track so that, and by the way, nobody has to do this through me. You can figure it out on your own. I'm just providing one method, one way to do this. Mm-hmm. I'm not asking for anything other than for people to just, if they are interested or want to hear more as I'm channeling more information about specific events and specific dates, they can just follow me on Instagram. I'm right now, there's nothing there because I'm very like low key, not in the spotlight, but I know this is my mission. So again, I can't, I just surrender completely to the mission. Okay. We'll put the links in the episode description. And anything else on your heart to share? You've said a lot. We've covered a lot of ground. Yeah. Yeah. Again, just remember to choose love in every situation that you're in, and forgive, because we're just having this virtual reality. Everyone's just playing a role. Whatever's happening out here, there's this quote that they like to tell me. It's far easier to put on slippers than to carpet the rest of the world. Ooh. I like that one. Yeah, I didn't say it. I think there's some famous person said it, and then they just told me, just reminded me to put that one in there. It's far easier to wear slippers than to carpet the world. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Same as like oxygen. It's same as oxygen mask, right? Like, and it reminded me of like when, in the middle of COVID and stuff, like I had an ex, and he was like trying to clean the doorknobs, clean the door, take off the clothes, wash everything. Like he was trying to carpet the world. Right. And I was like, why don't we just remember to wash our hands before we touch our face? Wouldn't that be easier? Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I can't remember to do that. And he's your ex, you say? Oh, yeah. And you won? No, no, all love. That was all divinely orchestrated, too. Yeah. He got COVID. He got long COVID, and I was completely fine. Yeah. Different frequency. Different frequency and belief systems. Wow. So, yeah, it's all belief. Wow. Well, speaking of washing our hands, let's have a little high five. Let's just rub those hands together. Oh, yeah. We're good. We're frequencing just fine over here. Oh, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Great. Yes. Oh. March 6th, everyone. We're fucked. Right? Hey, guys, it's Kid. Please subscribe to the podcast. It helps push the show out to more people.